Hey guys, it's APR2K Productions here, coming back at you with another Apple Collection video. I know I did one of these not too long ago, but I was fairly disappointed with the quality of that video, and I've gotten a bunch more devices since I made it. In total, I have 17 Apple devices. Here's 14 of them. The other 3, number 1, my iPhone XR, being used to shoot this video. Number 2, an iPod Touch 4th generation, which is upstairs and it's passcode locked on iOS 6 and needs to be reset, but it has issues connecting to a computer. And third, a 32GB iPad 5th gen that I use for school on iOS 12.0. The school gave it to me and it's covered in logos and it's upstairs, so I don't feel like getting it. First, we'll go ahead and start out with the iPod. This first one is a 3rd generation Nano. It's a 4GB and is running version 1.1.3. It's also really scratched up, but I got it for free, so I can't really complain too much. Next, we have an 8GB iPod Nano 6th generation. This one is an 8GB model and is running version 1.2. I got this device from my parents a long time ago. Next, we have an iPod Touch 4th generation, and as you can see, it's in okay condition. It's not too bad, but it's pretty bad at the same time. And as you can see, because of the YouTube logo, it's running iOS 5.1, and it's also an 8GB black iPod Touch 4. Nothing crazy about it, just your basic iPod Touch. But this one is running iOS 5, so that's pretty nice. Now we'll move on to the iPhones. I have 9 of them. We'll start out with this iPhone 4. This iPhone 4 is a black 16GB AT&T model that's running iOS version 7.1.2. And as you can see, it has a bunch of apps and stuff on it. And this phone is quite scratched up on the back. However, the screen and the housing are in pretty good condition. So an easy back replacement would make this phone look brand new. Next we have this iPhone 4S 8GB. It's a 2013 revision iOS 7 model on AT&T, and it was my first iPhone and my first phone in general. I do still have the original box for it, however sadly it is running iOS 9.3.5, which really sucks, and the phone's in okay condition. The housing's really good, the back has a small crack, and the screen has some scratches, but overall it's not too bad. Next we have this iPhone 5. As you can see, it is an AT&T 16GB model running iOS 10.3.4. This phone used to belong to my mom and then was given to me, and now it just sits as part of my collection as it's been used as a phone for over 4 years, so the battery doesn't really hold much of a charge anymore. But I really do like the iPhone 5, and I'm probably going to get a couple more of those in the future. Next, we have an iPhone 5C. This is an 8GB model on iOS 10.3.3 and is carrier unlocked. However, it won't turn on right now. I've plugged it in the entire morning, and it won't charge up enough to actually boot. It has logic board issues and battery issues, and the screen's also coming up, although it is in really good condition. But sadly, not very usable, as it dies really quickly and has logic board and battery problems. So therefore I won't be able to even show you guys, but yeah, it's on 10.3.3, 8GB iPhone 5C. Next we have an iPhone 5S. This is a 16GB model, sadly on Verizon, but it is running iOS 11.2.1, and this phone's in extremely good condition. As you can see, all around the phone's in really nice condition. Screen is also really good. It was kept in a case its entire life. I absolutely love this thing. And I only paid $20 for it from somebody at school. I also have the box for it. It is an iOS 8 revision, iPhone 5S, 16GB. Next, we have my first iPhone 6S out of 3. This is a 32GB gold iPhone 6S running iOS 12.4. This phone used to belong to my brother and was given to me, and the icons are just like this because that's how it was set up, and I haven't reset it because there was pretty much nothing on it, so I don't really care. It's just a gold 32GB boxed iPhone 6S on iOS 12.4. Next we have my second iPhone 6S. This one was given to me by my mother. It is a 64GB iPhone 6S silver on iOS 11.4.1, and it's in really good physical condition. And the battery is at 84% health in this one. Sadly, I do not have the original box for it. Next we have my third and final iPhone 6S. This is a 32GB silver model that is running iOS 10.3.3. So it's running iOS 10, which is the first version that the 32GB iPhone 6S shipped with. As you can see, I still do have the original box for it, and it's in really good condition. The only issue with it is that the mute switch doesn't work, but other than that, this phone is amazing and is running iOS 10 and its original software version. Finally, for my last iPhone and the phone that's being used to shoot most of this video, we have my iPhone XR 64GB still running iOS 12.1.2. I also have the original box for it, and as you can see, it's in absolutely mint condition on the back, sides, and the front except for a cracked screen protector. I have the original box, which also contains all of the original accessories that came with this phone when it was brand new. I also have this box for a 64GB Space Gray iPhone XS, though I don't actually have the phone. Now one of my iPads. This first iPad is an iPad 2. It's a 64GB model, as you can tell, Wi-Fi only, and it's running iOS 8.4.1 undowngraded, which is kind of sad because 8.4.1 is not really rare, and this iPad is a 64GB non-cellular one, which I've never seen on the iPad 2, so that's pretty cool. But it runs decently on iOS 8, and I don't really use it much just because I have better iPads, but it is kind of cool. Next, we have this original iPad Air, and as you can tell by that animation, it's on iOS 11.4.1. It is a 16GB and is in this really beat-up case. But this was my first iPad, so it has a lot of personal value to me, and I've played tons of hours of Minecraft and watched tons of hours of YouTube on this thing, so it has a lot of value to me. But yeah, it's just your basic 16GB iPad Air, Wi-Fi only on iOS 11.4.1. And I also have a 32GB 5th Gen iPad Space Gray, Wi-Fi only on iOS 12.0 that the school gave me, but it has their logos all over it, so I'm not going to show that one. But I will show this one. This is a 32GB iPad 6th generation, Wi-Fi only on iOS 12.4.1. This is my personal iPad that I use for everything pretty much. And by everything, I mean like just gaming, browsing the web, and watching YouTube. That's all I really do on this. But yeah, it's in this really nice UAG case, and I really love this iPad. So it's my main iPad and use it all the time. One final thing, the iPhone 5C finally decided to show some life, and as you can see, it's an 8GB and it's running iOS 10.3.3 and is unlocked. So I'll just chuck the segment in at the end of the video. Like I said, it has logic board issues, so it just does whatever it wants. So with that, this has been my entire Apple collection. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to let me know down below in the comments section. Also, if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm getting some new iPhones soon, so stay tuned for those videos. Anyway guys, with that all being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, peace out.